everybody, this is Taff coming in with the Taff's Words, and I'm driving home from the East Midlands. I've been on a training course at work, and I thought, I got a long journey ahead of me, I got Katie on the mind, why not speak my mind as I travel home to you guys? And the one thing that's coming out at the moment, following on from the Unity, is obviously people are talking about players that we're signing. You know, we still got 2 players outstanding, waiting on contracts to be finalised, and we've got 14 players signed up. Now, the one thing I'm going to say now, for everybody, is to not panic. Right now, panicking isn't the way to go. Don't worry yourselves about the way the team is going to be shaped up for next season, because you think back to our best signing last season. Who was our best signing? And then you got to think, when did we sign them? Did we sign them in May? Did we sign them at the beginning of June? Most of our deals were done mid to end of June, and then obviously the loans came in. And for me, the signing of the season last season was Ben White on loan, without a doubt. Maybe coming in second then was the signing of Podrick Amond. Now, we still got Newbley outstanding. There's talk of him going to Colchester. That's just completely surfaced from a tweet from a non-reliable, you know, Twitter feed. Not even a reputable news sort of feed or anything like that. It is just a Twitter feed, stirring up a little bit of, you know, stirring up the rumour mill a little bit, basically, just to get people talking and to get their Twitter feeds a bit of attention. So I'm not going to pay any attention to that until I see Newbley has signed for Colchester, or Newbley has signed for Forest Green, Newbley re-signs for Canty. I'm not going to believe anything until something official comes out. It's not worth believing anything. No rumours, no, oh, I think this is going to happen, oh, I don't think this is going to happen. I think Newbley, for example, if Newbley re-signs, I think it would be a good thing. But I do understand those supporters. I know on the Canty chat on Facebook, there are supporters who are very highly critical of him, making it as if he doesn't really turn up for games. I mean, you've got to look at Newbley. It's quite obvious that he's got a lot of talent. He's got good footwork. In my opinion, he does try to do a little bit too much, and you can tell that he's just not a settled footballer. I think staying with us would be good for him, so he can settle and get himself a bit of regularity, because he is club to club. His return for the season, considering, wasn't that bad. I think it was 10 goals, and I can't think of how many assists, but he did set up quite a few goals as well. So I think it might have been 10 assists, 10 goals, 10 assists. I'm sure I heard before. Got to get the stats right, of course, but even saying that, I know he did set quite a few goals up, and he did score 10, and yeah, that was because of a very good start to the season and a very good end of the season. And the good end to the season is the thing I'm going to pay the most attention to, because people can say, oh, it's no good going banging on about the goals he scored at the start of the season because he's playing crap at the moment. Fair shade, can't fault that one little bit. You can't bang on about the middle of the season because he had a good end of the season. It's all about the last game that he played, you know, theoretically. And the last few games he played, he did particularly well. There's no denying it. I think if Newbley re-signs and we can get better from him next season, well, I do definitely think there is better to come from Newbley. I think that will be a shrewd bit of business. Although, saying that, I might be completely wrong. What I don't want to be is right about him and his best, and then his best is with somebody else, especially if it's another League 2 club. Now, I saw Newbley in Morrison's, and he did tell me that if he was going to be playing in League 2 next season, it would be for us. Happy days. But the one thing about that, though, is that he has had offers from League 1 with more money. So for those of you who've heard of him holding out for more money, I think it's more of a justification thing You know, I can get a bigger contract in a bigger league. I want to stay here. I mean, you got to think of yourself in a job. I work for Brammer, Buck and Hickman. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm settled at Brammer, Buck and Hickman, and I wouldn't want to go anywhere because I'm doing a good job. Newbley, if he's settled with us and he's doing a good job, he shouldn't want to move on. But if somebody did come in, I mean, it's not going to happen on my part. No one's going to come in. I'm not going to seek employment elsewhere, but if someone came in and offered me 30 grand a year to do the same job for them, I wouldn't go jumping ship. I would take that to my bosses and say, look, you know, I'm not asking you to match it, but, you know, give me the reason to stay here. And then they may say, I'll tell you what, then we can do 28. And for me, 28 is enough to keep me, would then be enough to keep me with Brammer. And then, you know, I can justify it because they're giving me a jump in my pay, and I'm happy here. So that's a perfect result for me. Obviously, all this is theoretical, by the way. This is exactly the situation Newbley is in right now. He's been offered a bigger contract elsewhere. I think it's a matter of give me a pay rise and everybody's happy. Obviously, we're not happy because our budget. Now, have we got anything in the budget that will allow for Newbley to have a pay rise? If not, I think we got to play his bluff maybe and say, right, we can't increase your contract, but I tell you what we'll do, we'll offer you 2 years on that contract, because I'd keep him for 2 years. I think it'd be a gamble because we've seen good, we've seen bad, but the good we've seen has shown that there's potential to see a lot more good than there is bad. I think we've seen the worst of Newbley, but I don't think we've seen the best of Newbley. But anyway, that's the old Newbley conundrum. Take from that as, you know, whatever you want. Ben Tozer's obviously moved on. That's a shame. I don't think he's taken a forward step, but if he's been offered a 2-year contract with more money, and we were only offering him a 1-year contract and the money that we were offering him, we can't really blame him, I suppose. Something of a sideways or a downward step to go to Cheltenham, but he's got to think of himself. You know, time ticks really quickly in football, and if he wants to make the best out of his career that he can and put enough money away for the aftermath of football, then he's got to think, he's got to do what's right and go where the money is, or what he's got the opportunity. So we can't fault him on that one. Now, the big one now, Labadie. Now, when I spoke to Labadie at the Player Awards, there was a lot more of an eagerness from him to get the contract over the line, a lot more of an assurance that he was going to sign the contract with us. You know, that's great, but it hasn't happened yet. Sorry, just adjust my camera a little bit. Here we go, that's a bit better. So we haven't seen anything yet, and there is a strong link with Forest Green. They came in for him in January, so now that he's going to be free, we can expect them to come in for him. A few teams that would go for him maybe won't have because of his injury. We've obviously offered him the chance to stay. I hope it's going to be on a 2-year contract, because I know he's suffered a bad injury, but players tend to come back from this injury okay these days. You know, with all the physiotherapy and treatment that you can get nowadays, you come back as good as ever. We just may not see him until closer towards Christmas than we'd like. But the fact that he's going to be there waiting, if we have a decent start of the season, we throw him into the mix in October, November, December, whenever he's back, it'll be like having a brand new signing outside of the transfer window. So we got to do what we can to keep that bloke, because he is phenomenal. He is, for me, the best player I've ever seen play for Newport County, Josh Labadie. Considering, obviously, I started out, my County journey started 09-10 season. When I come home from being in the Air Force, I pretty much went straight from school into the RAF, and when I left the RAF and finalised my divorce, that was when I started coming over the county, something I'd intended to do for quite some time, to be honest with you. I'm glad I got around to doing it. yeah, so Josh Labardi, for me, the best player I've ever seen play for Newport County. Not by a country mile or anything like that, you know. We've had some good players over the years. Mark Byrne was one of the better ones for me, but Josh Labardi is, for me, the best player I've ever seen. We've got to keep him. He is a great captain. He's a leader. We've got a few leaders in the dressing room, fair play, the likes of O'Brien, Demetriou, I can imagine the leaders, Joe Day, you know, the list goes on. We got leaders in that dressing room. We got a good management team, which we're keeping together, which is great. And of course, we need our skipper. We need our skipper to move forward. Even if he's not playing, he's still going to be in around all the lads. You know, he's going to be, you know, egging them on. You know, he's going to visit them in the changing rooms before the games on his crutches or whatever. He's going to be egging them on. Yeah, we got to keep him. He's going to be he's still going to be an influence on, you know, at the training ground and in the dressing room. You know, if he's not an influence on the pitch at the moment. So yeah, we got to keep Labardi at all costs. We got to. We simply have to. It may be the fact that if we have to pay Labardi and Newblay a little bit more to keep them, it might just be that we sacrifice a permanent signing for a loan signing. But we played the loan market really well last season. You know, we really did. So I'd like to think that we can do that again, and there may be further opportunities for us with new relationships that we've made with other clubs like Leeds, like Tottenham, for example. So no, we'll have to wait and see. Like I say, as far as new signings are concerned, don't panic. Don't panic. There's no news at the moment. I know other clubs are doing business. You know, they're getting signings over the line and getting it done early. But yeah, fair enough. But then there's no rush. There's no point rushing for the wrong players. We take your time to get the right players. We did it last season. You know, we made some good signings last year. You know, and then I think we're going to make some good signings again this year. All I'm going to say is bear with it, be patient, and I'm sure the signings will come. Anyway, that's all I'm going to bore you with for this one, guys. Thanks all for watching again. I'm getting a fair few views now on these blogs. It's much appreciated. I'd love more comments though. You know, do you think we're leaving it too late to make signings? Do we need to keep Newblay? Do we need to keep Labardi? What do you guys think? Let me know, and you know, I will endeavour to reply to you. Thank you again, guys, and until the next time, cheerio for now, and up the county.